Yo, what's up, everybody? We want to welcome you back to the Ringside Beer Show, episode 33. Man, do we love welcoming you back. I'm here with my boy,
Alex. Welcome back, guys. We missed you. Hopefully we have another great episode. The last one, I felt like, you know what? We said it was a little bit of a S show, but it came out good.
Exactly, yeah. So when you accomplish these things and when you're creating it, you kind of be a little more how would you say critical?
Yeah, more,
of
your own
criticizing
work,
a little too much, but hopefully you guys liked it.
I was perfect. I was
and
100.
And Hector's back in the building again.
Yo,
as usual.
Hector in
Thank
the
you.
building
Full
with the
time.
bombs again, boy.
The Ringside Beer Show crew. All right, let's pan over one time. No, just kidding. It was a little joke off camera.
Don't start.
Little inside joke.
Little inside joke. You guys enjoy your guys' weekends? How's everything?
I spent it with you, so.
Well, just saying, other than that, I know that part was amazing, but other than us hanging out, what else?
Oh, yeah, totally. It was amazing. I had a blast.
I was just saying, you paid up money. That's how. Oh!
That's why he's probably
Oddly enough,
look at how happy I am. Look at I can't even stop bouncing because my wallet's full of money right now.
Apple paid it to you, fool. I didn't give you cash.
You know what? It's just doesn't matter. I took it out. I took out the 20. I made sure it's in my pocket.
Well, you know what? It's fine because I came up with the boxing one, so.
It's all right. It's all good, bro.
So it's fine. I don't mind.
You're good?
Well, I had a good weekend. Yeah. I was a little mad that the person I picked lost, but since I'm not on a heater no more.
Yeah, you haven't, huh? You haven't been on a heater with us.
I took a dip. It's all right.
It's all right. I'm back.
Right,
I'm back on the winning column, dude. I was
fluid.
Me and Hector were hanging out watching the UFC 260 fights, and I was picking all the winners, bro. I was like,
yeah. I think I won one of those fights though, and that was it.
Oh yeah, because
it was the
$1 bet.
Yeah, the Woodley versus
Luque.
Yeah.
I was like, you can take the favor so you can win your $1 back. Anywho, let's start off the show with some current events. This is all the news that got released over the week. So, first one.
Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor 3 is close to being finalized for UFC 264 on July 10th, according to multiple sources. It is not signed or fully agreed to yet, but all three parties seem optimistic at this time that it could be finalized as soon as this week, sources say.
Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier 3.
I mean,
what do you guys think?
I think he's gonna get knocked out again.
You think McGregor's gonna get knocked out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm somewhat of on the same mindset here, so we can go into it a little bit. I think what Dustin Poirier did was he cracked the code of Conor McGregor. Now we can start making justifications. Oh, the stance was different. Oh, he didn't respect Dustin Poirier. Yada yada yada. He took a solid right to the nose. So at this point, I think in the fight game, when you do that to somebody, you got one up on them. And I feel Dustin Poirier is just going to continue to show that he's more elite at this time. I feel Conor McGregor is just, not at. I mean, we've spoken on it on previous podcasts. If you don't know, go back and look at it because I went into full detail. And I don't want to get started today. I really don't. But with that being said, I'm not the most excited for this fight, but I'm definitely going to tune in.
Yeah, definitely going to watch it. I feel Dustin Poirier, just like you said, he's probably going to win the fight. But, shoot. I'm still down to watch it. Hopefully they make it, they sign the contracts. I don't know what's going on. We'll talk about the current event that's coming up maybe in 2, but we'll see what's going on. People be calling out UFC fighters like they think they can fight all of them. Anyways,
this is getting ridiculous.
Anyway, a little bit of some boxing news. We have the WBC has ordered Ryan Garcia to face contender Javier Fortuna for the interim lightweight title and right to be mandatory challenger to champion Devin Haney.
Big names there, Devin Haney.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited because at this point, since the Pacquiao fight didn't happen, and since we're not getting Gervonta Tank, the fights have to continue to happen. So what the WBC does is they give you that mandatory challenger, and you either fight them or you relinquish the belt. Yeah. So that's what he's got to do, and I'm pretty sure he's going to run right through Javier Fortuna. It might be probably something that we don't want to see, but at the end of the day, he has a path that's laid out for him.
Yeah. I like these mandatory fights. Like, hey, you have to fight this guy to get to the championship. Just do it,
Exactly.
Well, you brought up Gervonta Davis. We talked about some news that came up. Do you want to just talk about it briefly?
I'd rather you do it.
Oh,
Put me on the spot.
well, Hector brought up Gervonta Davis got in an accident.
Okay, I thought we weren't going to talk about it, but all right,
You put me on the spot.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, you guys talked about it. I was like,
I know. So Gervonta Davis is facing 14 counts after a hit and run in November 2020. Some of those are 14 of those. 4 of those 14 counts is failure to immediately return to a scene when there was someone injured.
Jon Jones.
And then another one was failure to report the incident. The other one was driving with a suspended and revoked license.
Jon Jones.
So, I mean, if he is found guilty of all these counts, that he might be facing 7 to 10 years. 7 plus years in jail.
Heck no, man. He's going to get a good lawyer. He's going to be broke after it. And then, he's going to get a good.
So he's going to get convicted because there was witnesses on site saying that after the accident happened in the Lambo.
Where did it happen, though?
It at Miami, Florida. Yeah, so I guess what had happened was he was driving he was celebrating his birthday.
Yeah.
He ran a red light. He crashed into 3 different cars. People saw him picking up items from the car site, putting it in a getaway car, and then just drove off.
Jon Jones.
So,
Yo, these cats are wild, man. This is fascinating to me. I really don't understand why they it's like a fight or flight, right? Like they have no problem fighting, but they also have no problem flying. It's like they want to avoid all of I don't know, it's really tough to me. Like if you're operating in that stature, you're famous and you got this money, at a certain point, you kind of are operating with a little bit more range than the next guy, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't go out and just do stuff like that and then be able to get a good lawyer. I'm going to get whatever the state represented, gives me. So I really don't understand why these cats do what they do, but at the end of the day, all good. Like, I'm pretty sure everything will work out because that's just how it goes in this industry. But at the end of the day, like, come on, dude. You didn't learn from Earl Spence. Like, you didn't learn from Jon Jones, man. You ain't going to get away with this stuff.
No, but I have a feeling someone's going to get paid, and then this is going to disappear.
Yeah, I got that.
Dude, well, he trains with Floyd. You could, let's be real. If you have enough money, you can pretty much get away with anything.
Yeah, but, I don't think he's going to get away from causing an accident. Luckily, no one got hurt.
Jon Jones, speaking about Jon Jones, he only got a slap on the wrist.
Cash rules everything around me. He get the money.
He hit a pregnant woman
and broke her arm.
Yeah, and broke her arm and took off. She got paid.
True.
Well, paid though. Anyways, going completely off topic.
We'll see how that goes.
Well, hopefully that fight happens, and with Ryan Garcia and Javier Turner, which is going to be mandatory. So
that's exactly why they moved on. At this point, Pacquiao's a no-go, and Gervonta Tank is facing these criminal charges.
Exactly. So they're like, all right, we got
Fortuna.
We need to get something else
going
on. All right, we have Oscar De La Hoya announced his comeback fight on July 3rd. Are you hitting the applause or what? No? Okay.
Thank you, Jason.
That's what I'm hitting. I
appreciate it. Thank you for that.
I am not excited for this at all, bro. I'm not even excited to see him get knocked out. I don't want to.
First off, he said he wanted to, what was it? He's calling out a UFC fighter during that press conference?
No, Triller's requesting that he fights a UFC fighter.
Triller's, I don't know what they're smoking back there, but I was like, yo, you guys are tripping. He would get murdered by any low-level MMA fighter.
I agree. He's in his, nevertheless about the age. I think just the amount of, foreign objects that have been up his nose. I'm pretty sure his nose ain't as stable as he thinks it is. You get popped one time and nose might fall off, my boy. But no, I think this is so funny. Like if you just watch the way he did it too, like he came in and it was awkward between him and Snoop Dogg. Like the announcement was awkward, and then he drops the mic and walks off. I'm like, oh my god, this is just
I'm coming back. Boom.
Low level entertainment.
Bro, that
was cringe, man.
That was not a mic drop. Pick that sucker back up. We didn't even want this.
Yeah, if you're gonna tell us that, tell us a little more. Who are you gonna fight?
But he wants to fight though. He doesn't want to just do one of those legend fights where they have to put on the helmet because they're old fight.
He wants an actual.
He wants an actual
sanctioned fight.
Yeah, he wants a sanctioned fight. And I'm like, dude, no.
There's no way.
I blame Mike Tyson for this.
Why?
Because he comes out of retirement, and now he wants to come out of retirement. Now Chavez Sr. wants to come out of retirement. The big three are just want to come out of retirement.
Well, there's Chavez. There's nothing wrong with him coming out of retirement. I want to see that fight.
He's old. He's 58.
I know. I'm just saying. Also, the way is different though. Then the legend, Julio Cesar, dude, the records are completely different. Oscar De La Hoya,
Yeah, two different fighters.
Two different fighters, man. What I'm saying is, Oscar De La Hoya, if he wants to fight, dude, that Dana White is fight versus
That's
him.
the fight to make.
Bro, I keep on thinking
fight.
about it.
That would be the fight. Him and Dana White would
That's
be
the fight.
amazing.
That's the
that would be the super fight. Everyone would. I swear, I would pay $100 to see that fight.
I'd pay $150.
I paid $200 for that one.
You know what I'm saying?
We could combine our money and just watch it at our house.
I will max the credit card out, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, because that fight, two of the biggest promoters,
Oh man,
one in boxing, one in MMA. I mean,
that would be wild.
You blame these fighters, the old boxers that are coming back. I blame the price of cocaine being extremely high, and that's why I feel like that's why Oscar De La Hoya is
I
coming
feel
back.
bad for us. He's gonna be connected to cocaine for the rest of
bro,
his
that with fishnet stockings
life.
and I don't know what.
That horrible album he came out with.
Alcohol, because that boy cannot handle his
He
alcohol.
came out with an album.
Yeah, he came out with an album like during that whole cocaine cross-dressing thing.
He thought he was Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah, he thought he.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I need to show you the video. There is a video of him singing.
When
It
you
is
said he
funny.
dropped an album, I don't know why I thought he dropped like a rap album or something. What? I was like, he came out with
he dropped that with a Spanish album. He's
Did
singing
he?
Spanish, my boy. So
It's like hello.
he tried his best, but I don't know.
I definitely have to listen to it.
Oh,
It's funny.
On the way to
cringeworthy. On the way to grab some food, boys. We got to play that.
Oh, yeah, let's
yeah,
do it, man. Today.
Best believe.
For sure.
Oh man! All right, let's move on to the next current event. We have Jermell Charlo calling out Triple G. He says, "Where the f is Triple G? Why ain't nobody talking about him? He's still top tier. If I can't get Canelo, at least I can get Triple G, right?"
I respect that.
Heck yeah, man! No one calls out Triple G.
Exactly, because they all know Triple G still got it. I mean, like you said, he's still top tier. I really, really, really would like this fight.
I would love this fight, man. I'm getting good. Oh, yeah, Hector, you're the boxing guy. And you shrugged your shoulders. This is a good fight.
I want to. I want to
defend yourself.
I want to see Charlo and Canelo. That's what I want to see. I don't want to. I know he wants to clear out the division. I know he wants to clear out the entire division. But Charlo has been waiting for Canelo for years, bro.
Cool.
Don't you think Triple G would be a great segue to Canelo?
Yeah, because
if he beats Triple G, then fine, yeah. But I think Triple G he's calling him out. Triple G doesn't get mad like in public. Well, he shows it in the ring, and once you get in the ring with Triple G, you're going to regret it super quick.
Whoever of the winner of this fight, if they announce it, let's say they make this fight happen, let the winner of this fight Canelo.
Canelo doesn't want to fight Triple G.
Yeah, because he gets smoked.
Oh my god!
Hold up!
Don't even.
I was there with you. You even were crying because you were like, "Oh, Canelo lost that fight for sure."
I did not say that. What are you talking about?
I was just saying. I saw you cry. I saw a little tear on your eye.
All right.
Anyways,
are you doing cocaine with Oscar De La Hoya now too? Because you are doing lots of it.
Oh, you're going to start the little jokes over here? Let's ask a mama. She likes that. Let's go ask a mama's approval over here, huh?
Hey, you know my mom will kick your ass.
Is that 5 times we pan the camera over to your ass right now?
Well, I think I need 5 more pans. Thank you.
Oh, all right.
But I'm just saying though, Charlo and to bring this up, Terrence Newman.
Terrence
Crawford called out Canelo for avoiding black fighters, which I don't think is. I don't know what he's smoking too, but he has not ducked any black fighters.
No,
and as far as I know, he has a winning record against black fighters.
Yeah, my boy's just tugging on that string.
Other than Floyd
Mayweather, but that was still rookie Canelo.
Yeah. He's just trying to tug on those strings, trying to get you going.
I'm just saying, Canelo Mayweather 2, I see a knockout on Canelo's side.
That will never happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think even no matter how good of a boxer Canelo is, I think you're just not touching Floyd Mayweather. You're just not.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Although Conor did hit him with a nasty uppercut.
Yeah,
it was nasty.
Oh, yeah.
It was nasty.
He did catch him once.
But that's the thing is that he ate it though.
He can live off of that unless I've
only seen 2 fighters actually land pretty good on Floyd, which is the first one was
Cotto.
No, it wasn't Cotto. It was the Ecuadorian. He fought on time. Maidana.
Oh yeah,
Maidana. Because you remember when he was going back to the corner, he was like stumbling.
Yeah, I remember.
He got rocked.
And
then who is it? Was it Sean? Not Sean Porter. Sugar
Shea
Mosley. Yes. That was the first time he ever got rocked in a fight. So
anyway, I mean, it would be a dope fight. I'm just saying, if Triple G wins, Canelo isn't going to want it.
I think all paths lead to Triple G in this division either way.
Exactly.
Like he has all the belts. He's gonna be the guy that they all call out. But to tie back into Triple G, I think he's the gatekeeper. He's the one that you go through to get to Canelo at this point.
Yeah,
That's
because
true. That's
let's be
facts.
real. Canelo's number one right now.
That's
Triple
facts.
G's number two. Canelo doesn't even want to give Triple G another chance. I don't know why.
Because he'd kick his ass.
Oh, all right. Hold on. The first fight, Triple G won that.
No.
Oh.
No.
Anyway, we're gonna.
That
That was definitely not an ass kicking, bro, because they fought 2 times, and I promise you, nobody got their ass kicked. They both.
All right.
I
I know Triple G won that first fight for sure.
facts.
Don't even hate. That's why they made the rematch on the second one.
Yeah, because
Canelo
knew
even the
he won first
boxing
one.
heads were complaining. They were like, "Oh my god, this is a travesty!" Like, you know,
Teddy Atlas threw a fit.
exactly.
That was funny.
Anyway,
But Teddy Atlas calls it like he sees it, man.
Yeah, that's true.
all right, let's go into the next one.
Some fake boxing.
Some fake boxing here.
Yeah.
We have Ben Askren versus Jake Paul, April 17th on Triller. They had their face off. When was it? Like on Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, the other day.
So the other
Last
week.
yeah.
Sometime last week. And Ben Askren just did a little. Oh my god! I almost knocked it over. A little swerve, like
Yeah.
back
Little
up,
talk to the hand.
That's funny.
little talk to the face.
Did you watch the press conference?
No, I didn't.
So I watched little clips of it because to digest Jake Paul has to be in very small doses. So when I was watching this press conference, it really felt like it was super cringy because you get that feeling like Ben Askren does have a little bit of a fear for this guy, but I honestly think no matter what, like, once again, I've explained it several times, like, Ben Askren is a champion in multiple different type of organizations, which is MMA. So, I mean, yes, he has to face people that have striked. He's gotten hit. He's been able to endure those things. So, with all that background, I don't think it's going to be as big of a upset or whatever as people think. Now, the hand to the face was pretty funny because you can see that Ben Askren was willing to, I mean, he just pushed like away. Like, it was very simple, it was very subtle, but it was forceful, you know? And Jake Paul he like tried to grab and then he smacked him in the belly. And a couple people were like, I read on the responses on Twitter, and they're just like, yeah, after I saw that, I'm picking Ben Askren, man, because like to punch in the belly is not like a natural response. You thought like, oh, let me hit him in the belly, instead of it being like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just instead of it being a natural reaction, their thought process was, let me smack him in the stomach, and that to me is just like, when you're boxing, you're going to be smacking like that, you know? Because I promise you, that's not how. It's just not how it's.
I did
go.
see that clip, and it looked like Jake Paul was kind of like refraining himself for like a split second, and that's why he went to the body, like kind of like a little jab.
But
It looked like he was holding back,
that's the
though.
issue. So that's the issue right there.
Well,
right?
they can't fight at the press conference though.
They could do whatever the hell they want, bro.
Say that to Jon Jones and freaking
DC.
DC, bro.
That was
Conor
the best
McGregor
one.
and Nate Diaz, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Those fights still happen too. They never got pulled or nothing like that. It actually adds to the fight. I think that's something that they should have did. Ben Askren should have shot for a double leg and just took him down. And just mounted him, you know what I'm saying? And just stood there and just held him down like, look, I'm daddy, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that. That would have been great, and I promise you that would have made the fight sell. Now, I do like the fact that Ben Askren did put some hands on Jake Paul. I think for himself, it was a good feel. Like, okay,
boost
I could touch him.
confidence,
I could touch him, you know?
Yeah.
And just the hesitation part was the issue for me. I think Jake Paul, the fact that you hesitated, I mean, in a street fight, like if you're sitting there thinking about what you're going to throw, you're probably going to get hit. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like,
already knocked out by that point.
exactly. You need to already be in a flow state. And to me, it's like, you know, Ben, natural reaction, boom, shut the F up, you know? And then Jake was like, that was just, you know, that's what I
That was
got.
a great.
God, that was great.
That was a good one.
Oh, dude, I think Jake Paul had a great opportunity. Like, dude, he had his back turned to him. You could have pushed him off the stage or whatever. Like,
Something,
see ya.
bro.
Y'all 300 Spartan that fool out of here.
All I know is that Askren has a Muhammad Ali shirt. He better come out boxing like Muhammad Ali that day.
Oh,
He's putting out some
Just
training videos like
Dude.
Rocky too.
Oh
So
my
I mean,
God.
my boy is
did you see
really
the corny
getting into
video?
it.
He's like, dun 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 dun.
pulling his kids in the snow.
Jesus.
Hey, but you know what? I like Ben Askren. I really do think, like, with all the pressure that they're saying that he is representing MMA, and this is a good segue into the next one, I really do feel that no matter what, he is representing MMA, and he's representing the real fighters against, people who are... They appreciate the sport, but, I wouldn't say Jake Paul's a boxer. I mean, you can get in and train for however long you want. These are not professional fights, These are not professional sanctioned fights, That's barely amateur boxing. But the fact that he's got a real fighter now is cool because I really want to see this test. Even though it's Ben Askren, I still think it's a good test for Jake Paul. But with all that being said, I'm not picking Jake Paul at all. Like, I really feel Ben Askren's going to be the one to get
Jake Paul does look a little bit bigger than Askren.
I think Jake Paul is going to do a little bit better than what we're all expecting, to be honest. I'm hoping Ben Askren gets the win, though, and stops his YouTube fighting pro fighters. George Masvidal says, the individual I buried does not represent MMA. He represents all the hardcore and casual crotch sniffers.
I don't even know what that means, but okay.
Yeah, because he wrestles and all he does is just do takedowns. He just runs strikes.
Yeah, and Ben Askren even responded. He said, I've refrained for 2 years. Let's be real, George. You've landed the luckiest knee of your life, and I made you famous. You're welcome. You got 50-43'd by Usman and will likely again next month. Beat it, loser.
Damn.
Ooh. Are they going to run that one back?
No. But
I don't know. I just gotta throw it out there.
This is what I gotta say. Ben Askren's held 2 different titles in 2 different organizations and has defended the belts. George Masvidal lost in his title fight and won a BMF belt, a belt that was fake. So with all of that, there,
I said that last week.
I do respect Ben Askren for what he just said there. Like, at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, you're not landing that knee again, Like, it was a lucky shot. It was not, part of the game plan. It was just something that you felt in the moment, And if it was part of the game plan, I guarantee you, it was just luck that landed that first shot. Because maybe skill. Maybe it was planned. Nevertheless, look, dude, I don't think it's going to happen again. And I feel Ben Askren has a resume that people are just disrespecting. Like, they're not acknowledging what he has done. And like he said, he needed a hip surgery. He wasn't 100%. He was already retired for a year before they traded him from ONE to UFC. So this guy is not in his prime, And neither is George Masvidal. Like, George Masvidal has just developed a lot of
more aggressive style,
hype and wave right now because of what he did to Leon Edwards and how he knocked out Darren Till. Right now he's going through this wave, right? But he's not really like top of the pack guy. Because, even if you take a fight on 6 days, you either win that fight, bro, or, there's no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're taking the fight on 6 days, there's no excuses, bro. There's just no excuses. Like, you either take that fight and you acknowledge, like, I'm taking the fight, so there's no excuse there, or you just don't take the fight and you wait for a full count.
How crazy would it be if he wins the title against Usman, though?
That'd be pretty wild.
The mega super fights that would happen after that, you can set up Conor McGregor, you can set up the rematch with Nate Diaz too. True. Have the belt. Watch, and if Nate Diaz were to win that, obviously he didn't the first time. But I'm just saying,
it's an ideal scenario for the UFC. I don't think it's likely. I think Usman is still just top of the pack.
You know what? Never say never. Never say never, because you never know.
It's just unlikely. I won't say never. Unlikely.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
I'm pulling for the baddest mother effer, so I hope he wins
with the fake belt
and celebrates with what? Some Ringside beer.
Let's go. Ringside Beer, since 2012, committed to bringing Fight fans quality lagers and ales. Ringside Beer is proud to offer fresh beer in both 16-ounce cans and on draft. Look for our flagship American-style lager, Irish-style red ale, or any of our other beers in your area. Shop at ringsidebeerstore.com for t-shirts, hats, and tap handles. Get in touch at ringsidebeer.com. Get in the ring. Be ringside. Ringside Beer. Sup with it?
All right, guys. This is a segment we call the fight recaps. We had 2 fights to pretty much talk about. We had the boxing one and the MMA one. Yes. The boxing one was Alexander
Povetkin
and versus Dylan Whyte.
Dylan Whyte. 2, yes.
All right, and we're going to pass it off to Hector.
Yes. Hi, everyone. All right, so Povetkin versus Whyte 2. Great fight. Awesome fight. Heavy hitters as usual, but Whyte was the one who won in the 4th round via KO, a brutal KO, like ridiculous KO. So the scorecard was 29-28 going into the 4th round. So obviously he won. Whyte is now in the running to face either Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury, whichever one of those guys wins. But they do have that 2-fight contract, so I don't know how it's going to work.
So he's next in line to fight Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury after those 2 fights.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe if
it's gonna be like a year and a half from now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess they want to give him a fight before that or something. I don't know what they're going to do. But Povetkin didn't really say much after the fight. He just said he's going to go back and work on his game and come back even stronger. That's pretty much all he did.
I did see the highlights to it. He landed what was it? It was a cross right to kind of rock him, putting up against the ropes, and then Alexander came forward, went to the other side of the ring, and then that's when he got caught with a left hook.
With the left hook, yeah. So when I saw him come forward, I was like, "Don't do that. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get knocked out." And that's what happened. I was like, "Oh," because they were going to give him a good fight.
Yeah,
they went back and forth the entire 1 through 4 rounds. But when he got him with that left, and then he came back forward, and I was like, "Oh no, it's over." It's over. I just knew it was about to be over, so I was just like,
"Game, set, match."
Yeah, but it was a good fight. It was good, and it was a well-deserved win because I think Whyte should have won the first fight, but that's not how.
Didn't Whyte get knocked out in the first one?
Yeah, but he was.
Oh, he was winning the fight, but he got
KO'd. Yeah, he got KO'd. So it was like, oh, that sucks.
Well, I mean, the fight ain't over until it's over, so
yeah, that's true. But hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, he gets a good fight after the Tyson and Fury fight. Hopefully, he gets something in between that, so he doesn't get the rust.
It's 1-1 right now. They can settle the trilogy. It'll be a big fight. In the meantime, waiting for the next one.
That's true as well.
So,
that'd be dope.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, good job, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, next one, which was UFC 260, Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic. 2. And then, all right, we have
everything
the biggest, baddest rematch.
Everything that we were looking for.
Seriously, man. Yeah. This was one of the pay-per-views where I was like, I'm glad I paid for it because I didn't feel like I got robbed. Like, this is the one where I'm like...
Yeah.
Even with the co-main event getting canceled, and that was a banger, too. I mean, Volkanovski versus Ortega was the fight, the sleeper fight of the entire card. That probably would have been fight of the night. But the fight of the night actually ended up being O'Malley versus Almeida, and that actually was a pretty dope fight. It was really good.
Give it up to Sean O'Malley. He had to knock out his opponent 3 times, it felt like, to get this win. Like, the referee wasn't stopping the fight.
Like you said, bro, the fight's not over till the fight's over. And that's been an issue lately. I've just been watching, like, Dan Hardy and what he's been explaining on his podcasts and the things that he's been going through. But his problem, like, with the referees has always been that they're stopping the fights too late. My opinion, I don't mind. This is cool. I don't mind. Because it led to O'Malley putting on an extra show. He couldn't finish him in the first, so he finished him in the third. But with all that, Almeida was a stud, bro. He was taking these shots from O'Malley. He was still trying to continue to push the pace, but O'Malley was just in his flow state. He just felt good. He was throwing those crazy shots that we're looking for.
Yeah.
He was throwing that that fancy stuff that we want to see. And it was, the kicks.
The kicks were killing him too.
Exactly, bro. And he fought a good game plan, and that was the best thing that I wanted to see was how is O'Malley going to bounce back from the last loss, even though he thinks he's undefeated and he's got merchandise that says he's undefeated. He's really not, and we'll acknowledge it here. Chito Vera was the better man on that night.
Yeah,
but O'Malley looked good.
The first round, let's just talk about that. The first round, when Sean O'Malley dropped him, Thomas Almeida was already out. But it was weird that when Sean O'Malley was walking away, he was like, "I'm trying to save him. He's done, right?
Yeah,
he was done.
Yeah,
yep."
And the referee was like, didn't stop it. And Sean O'Malley was like, what the fuck? Like, I gotta go back in here. And then what was it? There was a knockdown in the second, but the third one when he dropped Thomas Almeida.
Oh yeah.
He was going to walk away again. The referee was still not going to stop it. So Sean O'Malley says, all right, well, I guess I have to put you to sleep. Sorry, my dude.
He was asleep, too, when he was on the floor.
He literally landed that right. I was like, he's going to walk away. And he's like, this motherfucker's not going to stop the fight? All right, well, my bad, dude.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he did.
That's what happened.
he didn't need to do that, but the ref obviously didn't stop it.
I don't know what's up with the ref. He was.
It reminded me of like when Justin Gaethje and Cowboy fought. You know, they're like, we know the fight's over, and you're looking at the ref, and you're like, can you step in here and stop this? But okay, since you're not going to, you know, smack, 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 and then next thing you know, these fighters are taking way more punches than they need to.
Yeah.
But Almeida bounced back after that. He was good. He got back up. You know, it seems like he's okay. But in the long run, we don't know what these damages will do. You know, and that's the issue. I really think, you know, these guys set the standard so high that when these mistakes are made, you know, the referees get held to a really high standard. But this is professional fighting, and there's lives that can be risked, and that's the problem, you know. So at the end of the day, like, these guys do got to step it up a little bit and put a little more effort into being on the ball, because we don't need to wait until somebody dies. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. Congratulations, Sean O'Malley, the ref. I mean, he should have stopped in the first round, but congratulations. That dub was pretty sick. And he was immediately one of the biggest talked about fighters after UFC 260, other than Francis Ngannou, because that knockout. Let's talk about it. Stipe Miocic versus Francis Ngannou.
I was about to say, if y'all want to see a dead body,
Y'all want to see y'all want to see a dead body over here?
Follow me this way.
Yo,
dude, I was after that first round, I was scared for him after that.
All right, so me and you were watching this fight together, and tell me the tension in this room. Like, me and you were so nervous. We're like,
I was
like, oh shit,
yeah,
we're about to watch.
I was literally, I feel like this guy can kill someone with his bare, like with one fist, like literally can kill someone. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, like after that, when he knocked him down and he just went like flurries in the back of his head, I was just like, well, not the back, but he was
on the side.
Yeah, on the side. I was like, oh my god,
he stuffed the takedown.
Yeah,
which was
a
game changer. Which that was great. He, Francis Ngannou was learning wrestling because that was his kryptonite. He didn't know how to wrestle. He was like, "What are you guys doing?"
And I think after that, Miocic did not want to take him down again because he knew he couldn't do it.
Well, the thing is
that was the game plan.
That was the game.
Yeah, but he couldn't do it after that though, and he didn't do it,
which forced Stipe Miocic to stand with him. That's the scary part. You are forced to stand with this guy, and you can't take him down. I'm like,
bro,
there goes your game plan.
It felt like it was a bad shot attempt when he did throw it, and he just stayed committed to a bad shot. I think if he would have just backed off instead of staying committed, he could have possibly tried to shoot for a better attempt. But it wasn't. I mean, at the end of the day, like, Stipe did fight a good first round. He did what he had to do to get away from Francis, but the smaller ring, smaller octagon, the amount of, intensity that was surrounding the fight, I just felt Stipe was consumed with the moment.
It's smaller.
Not only that, the like you said, the octagon was a lot smaller, so Stipe couldn't really move or run out the way, get out of the way of Francis Ngannou.
He was trying to stay on the outside. He was really trying to stay on the outside. But what can you do when this guy is, he's stuffing your takedowns and he's eating your shots? And when it came down to that second round, when Stipe landed that big shot, you could tell Francis, he says he was not rocked. I seen it. You can tell he was stumbling a little bit, but he had just enough in him. He still was just strong enough to drop that nice little hook. The left hook, if I'm not mistaken, sat Stipe down, and that was it, man.
I'm glad you brought it up because I was telling Hector when we were watching the fight, I was like, watch, man. Francis Ngannou has 2 rounds. You can see he's breathing out of his mouth. He looks tired. He, a lot of oxygen is needed to, for all those muscles because he came in at 200
284.
264.
264, yeah. 264. Yeah. No, was it?
Yeah, 264 because 265 is the limit for heavyweight.
Sorry.
I was just telling him, I was like, yo, if Stipe can survive the first 2 rounds and wrestle Francis Ngannou, he would have won easily because Francis was getting tired in that second. I was like, Francis has only 2 rounds. If he wins, he's going to win in the second round or the first round. That's what I tell him. What happened? It was a vicious knockout.
What surprised me the most of that fight was the close-up jab. He jabbed him. He was like this close to his face, and he jabbed him, and he knocked him down. And then after that, it was over.
Well, yeah, it knocked him down. Stipe, when they get knocked down, but it's a shot after you get knocked down on the canvas that puts you to sleep. And then Francis Ngannou said, "All right, you're done. You're done. Let me land this vicious Thor hammer. Boom." I felt bad. I was like, bro, you didn't need to do that. You did not need to do that, Francis Ngannou. I felt terrified after the fight.
I beg to differ. I think he did need to do that. I think that just that put the nail in the coffin. Like, I'm the champ,
Like,
I'm here to stay. Like, this power hand, good luck getting through it. I just took out the greatest heavyweight.
Can you imagine being in that arena and just like the silence of that thud at the end and be like, oh,
dude.
Oh,
there's just the whole night. That fight was just like. It was scary. I was scared for my life,
bro.
Just watching it on TV.
It was crazy. It was
a whole lot of emotion that night, and even you could tell when Joe Rogan did the speech after the fight, like he was about to cry. I mean, if you go back and watch the podcast with Francis Ngannou on Joe Rogan, you would cry too. I mean, I wasn't mad that Stipe lost, even though I picked Stipe, just because of the significance of what happened for Francis Ngannou. Like, I'm not mad at all that he lost. I mean, what comes for Francis Ngannou, like, this is a game changer, and this is what you want to see. Like, you want to see the ultimate success story. You want to see somebody face adversity, face the best, to become the best. And now that he has the belt, like, the question is, will it change him? Is he going to be able to continue to strive, or that's the question.
I hope he strives, because if you get a chance to watch his, that podcast with Joe Rogan, he talks about his history coming, being homeless, being in jail, and all those things, and to be the heavyweight champion and have that all in the past. Like, he was living in a garage, right? In someone's garage.
Yeah, bro, he had a crazy story.
Crazy. But no, just glad he won. Yep. And it felt right. It felt like this was his time now.
Yeah, it did. Right? It did feel right. But then immediately after the fight, I started thinking, I'm like, what about my dog? We're going to get into that a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's get into it. Here we have Francis Ngannou, what he told Stipe after the rematch on a UFC 260.
He said, I told him it was an honor sharing the octagon with him because he stood as my opponent tonight. But we all know what Stipe has done in the heavyweight division to become the greatest of all time. To put me in this position, to have the opportunity to be the one who fights the GOAT of the division is a good thing, and I appreciate it.
There we go, man. That was the kind of words,
respect, man.
He's humble, bro. He's so humble, and it's really nice to have a champion like that. I think he's going to represent the sport really well. If that Jon Jones fight doesn't happen, which we'll talk about a little bit, I do think he does beat Derek Lewis, and I think he just continues to hold the belt because there's really nobody that's going to challenge him.
Yeah, that Derek Lewis fight, I mean, you never know.
You never know. And I would love for Derek Lewis to get the belt, too, and then you could just run that back, make a trilogy. There's so much opportunity there.
Exactly, because the first fight, they both didn't want to throw because Francis respected Derek Lewis's power. That's the only opponent who he has respected and that hasn't walked and ran towards and try to, finish him or do the flurry, the Francis Ngannou flurry and, get that punch. Derek Lewis was the only one that he was able to hey, you stay your ass right there.
Yeah, no, for real. Seriously. Oh. And the crazy thing was, I want to just speak a little bit more on the fight. DC in the first round was upset with Francis because he wasn't blitzing like he wanted to see from Francis. But Francis fought the best fight that he could fight. He literally did everything he was supposed to do.
Composed, saved his energy for. This was what I was thinking. He was probably saving his energy for 2 and 3, possibly 4, depending if it was going to be like some wrestling. But I liked how he just stayed composed. He's like, hey, I'm watching all the shots come in. He's doing a takedown, stop the takedowns, and then when the opportunity presented itself, knockout, baby.
He credited that to Usman being in his corner.
Yeah,
and now we got 3 kings, 3 champs from Africa:
Wakanda,
the welterweight,
baby.
Middleweight, and heavyweight. I
That's
respect
crazy.
it, man. It's so exciting that when I read that post, it gave me the chills because it's really good for the sport, man. It's really good for the sport.
And all 3 fighters are bigger than life right now, man. Stylebender. I mean,
they defend their belts. You know what I'm saying? It's not just they win their belts; they defend their belts. They're true champs. That's what stands out to me. Yeah. But let's speak a little bit about the truest champ of all time, the greatest, Stipe Miocic. He went to Instagram and responded. His first statement. First and foremost, I'm okay. I know that fall wasn't my most graceful fall, but I was unconscious, so it happens. Lastly, I'd like to congratulate Francis Ngannou and his team on a well-earned victory. Saturday night was your night. Enjoy your victory. For now, I'm going to enjoy the downtime, spend some time with my family, and welcome our son into the world this summer. Stay tuned. God bless.
What a great guy, man. And, what is he, a firefighter? Still works as a firefighter. He was cleaning the station, what was it, the Friday before the fight?
If you watch some of the embeddeds and stuff from any of his fights, like they give him the grunt work. He gets treated like
like any other guy.
Yeah, just actually, they kind of treat him a little bad. They're like, hey, you go, do this, nobody, But but you could just tell it just plays into his character of how humble he is. He's that guy. He'll do the extra stuff. He's willing to. Look at what he does for work. Not just fights people, but he actually goes out and saves people's lives. So absolutely. I was so humble to. I was so grateful to see how humble he was in defeat. I really love Stipe. I think he was the greatest heavyweight of all time. I think Francis doesn't defend that belt 4 times. I think there's nobody that's gonna take that record from Stipe. He's a true champ, a true GOAT, and thank you for everything that you did, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and after the fight, we had another GOAT tweeting away.
Not another GOAT. The GOAT.
The GOAT. Okay,
the
my
GOAT.
bad. My bad, guys. All right, my bad. Let's get into it. You want to take over this one? Smoother here? Yeah, let's do it.
He's got my name written all over it. So my boy Jon Jones responds to Dana White's comments after the Ngannou fight. This is a series of multiple tweets, guys. So he says, if anybody is wondering if I really want to fight, the answer is yes. I also really want to get paid. I quit the light heavyweight division, literally gained a massive amount of weight, and now people are saying I'm afraid. All I asked was to get paid.
Yeah.
And he even goes a little further into it. He says, I'll take the fight. I've always taken the fight. I'm just hoping we can actually do business this time. Why does a fighter have to be afraid the second he mentions he wants to be paid his worth? What an insult. I've been working my butt off, gained all this weight, have never lost a fight before, and now all of a sudden I'm scared? What bullshit.
Yeah, that's...
Next slide. Thanks. So Jon Jones continues to go on a rant the next day, the next morning.
Well, this was today, wasn't it?
That's today, yeah.
That's this
correct.
Monday,
Excuse me, yes. So Monday morning. And a series of tweets. He says, please, just cut me already. And you would rather have me around and treat me like shit. I swear, the UFC industry has been nothing but depressing for me. What type of weird shit is this? Obviously, the boss hates me. Let me take my business elsewhere. I'm not trying to be great for other people anymore. I'm trying to be great for myself. There's nothing great about being taken advantage of.
Dude, kudos to you, man. I can't see that last tweet whatsoever.
Yeah, I got a little help right here.
Yeah, you got the glasses. You know what? I don't know what's going on with Jon Jones because he should be the next in line. Yeah. Dana White's been talking about that. Why? Well, as a business, Jon Jones has never pulled over 1 million pay-per-views. So I get it. Why they don't want to pay him so much more. Because Jon Jones has been saying, Conor brings in the views and the eyes and all that stuff. Yeah, and he's getting paid.
That's true.
Jon Jones, I'm just speaking from a company side, devil's advocate, right? Jon Jones hasn't pulled 1 million, so why would they pay him so much more? Granted, this is, though, a big super fight. He should get paid for this one.
So that's what I was going to say. Let's go into it a little bit. Let's look at where we're actually at as a society and as a culture and as just a nation in itself, right? We're literally coming off a pandemic where people are thriving. We want to see these fights in person already. We're craving it, Jon Jones has been away for a little bit. He's forfeited the belt and actually is taking on the biggest fight of his career. I think this is the one that's going to break him over that mold, especially because now the time where we're at, we're in COVID. People are at home. They're willing to buy more pay-per-views. Dana White's cracking down on the streamers. I mean, this is the time. This is the time to go all in on Jon Jones because the last couple fights, he hasn't looked too hot, and you gotta recognize where we're at, So, if you just read the room, now's the time to go all in on Jon Jones. You give him whatever money he wants, or you come to some sort of agreement where you give him a little more than you think that he should get. But I promise you it's going to pay off in the long run because I know I'm going to buy the pay-per-view, he's going to buy the pay-per-view, and he's going to buy the pay-per-view. I'm just saying, we're all going to be tuned in. That's the fight to make. If you don't make this fight, I'm going to be extremely let down. There's no bigger fight than this right now. There's no bigger fight. Yeah,
I agree with you. There's no bigger fight than the Jon Jones versus Frampton. You guys have been building this up even before the Stipe fight because Jon Jones vacated his light heavyweight title last year, right?
Yeah.
And everyone has been teasing, all right, who the winner of this fight gets Jon Jones.
Exactly. You've been telling us that for a long time. You got to make it happen.
Yeah. Not only that, fans are coming back to the arena. So have this fight in a big arena and have the fans there.
Staples Center.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is where we're at.
We're getting close.
I know.
This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Places are starting to open up. People are going to want to go. You can jack up the prices. You can, take advantage of us. We're dropping our pants and we're bending over and we're ready. I'm telling you, we're ready. We want to go.
Ready to go.
So I'm excited to see how the UFC handles this. Jon Jones has been talking about trying to get paid for a while now. You got to pay the guy what he's worth, or let him go to Bellator and let him clean out that whole company.
Yeah,
true.
That's crazy that he's been complaining that he hasn't been getting paid because he's been with the UFC for the longest time.
Same with Demetrius Johnson, though. And you look at these guys. Sorry, bro. I don't mean to interrupt. But these guys who have 14, 15 title defenses, you're not paying them what they need to be paid? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, how much more can they do for you, bro?
I think
he's the GOAT. Like, he broke all the records, defended his title 15 times.
Yeah, I think Jon Jones is, more valuable than Conor McGregor is. In my opinion, he has to be.
At this time, it's hard to say yes because Conor still has an entire country behind him. As per se, Jon Jones here in America, people can't stand the dude a lot of the time. So no matter what, I think you always with an international star, they're going to be a bigger draw. But this is my looking at it. I don't think Conor is, although he's your biggest draw, he's not nowhere near what he used to be. Khabib's gone. You're not going to make no money off Khabib. So who do you got? You got to turn to your greatest light heavyweight champion of all time, the guy who defended the belt 14, 15 times.
Who has not lost in those 14, 15 times.
And who also put up the second highest pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Well, defending the belt, he's never lost, but he did lose to the fighter that's death.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about.
Illegal elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They try to.
So that's a technicality then.
Yeah, they try to turn that one back. Yeah. Jon Jones was Why am I tongue twister? All right.
She says about a
I know, right? What the heck? He dominated that entire fight, and it was just one mistake.
Well, I'm just saying, compared to Conor McGregor, who leaves for like a year or two, comes back, and then he loses.
That wasn't his fault, though. That's the UFC not
wanting to pay him too.
No, not giving him the fights.
Well, let's recall what Conor McGregor was going through at those times: sexual allegations, sexual assault allegations, assault on elderly men.
Elderly men?
Yeah, he assaulted some guy.
Punched some old guy at the bar.
That's right, at the bar.
Couldn't even.
Because he didn't want to.
He couldn't even drop the old man, bro.
The old guy was like,
the old guy didn't want to drink his alcohol, right?
Yeah. He's like, I don't want your watered down shit. I'm gonna have some real shit over here.
I drink Jameson, mate.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And Conor McGregor swings at him, and the guy's like, "Look, I'm gonna sip on this real man shit right here."
I gotta stop saying mate when I do my accents. That's Australian.
That's Australian.
Bro, Anna, every time, bro, my lady always presses me. She's like, your accents are just always messed up.
He's like, Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
Top it to the morning to you, laddie.
That was cringe, Alex.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. I don't know what was happening. All right, let's go to some fight announcements. We're just going off the rails here. All right, first fight we have is Tony Ferguson versus Dariush, May 15th, Saturday.
Yo.
I know we talked about it before, but they finally got the place.
It's official. Signed.
Toyota Center here in California, Ontario.
Let's go.
Boom, boom.
Dang.
Look, no one's excited?
I mean, well, it's because they haven't opened it up for us. So, but if we're allowed to go.
If we're allowed to go, I'm down to go.
Check it out. My birthday's the day before, dog.
Yeah, they just officially announced it.
Okay.
Toyota Center.
All right. So,
well, what does that mean, though? Does that mean tickets go on sale?
Yeah.
Well, we got to get tickets soon.
All right, we'll get tickets.
I'm just saying. The one
Ringside Beer. We're gonna go to that fight. We're gonna do some media. We're gonna show you guys how we want to do it.
There you go.
We're gonna show you guys what we got.
We'll probably do a pop up or something.
Do a little pop up, like, hey, what's up, guys? Ringside Beer Show.
Oh,
I'm so excited!
We might have to do like a little, like another print or so. Like, remember how you did with
the special editions? Yeah,
maybe a little Ferguson versus Dariush, a little something.
We could do the same thing like as the UFC's doing, like an art series. Boom, boom, boom. Ringside Beer.
Boom.
Oh, there you go.
Ringside Beer. With Alex artwork, you know.
We got to get permission, though, don't we?
We got to find these guys some time,
yeah.
bro, actually.
Let me check with the Ringside Beer. Yeah, they're cool. They're cool with it, bro. They're cool with it.
All right. That was quick.
Hey, look, so this is the thing, bro. As the Ringside Beer Show co-hosts, we're also brand ambassadors. Our goal and our job is to build the brand.
Oh, not only that, we're gonna take Ringside Beer we're taking it to the next level, man. I'm so pumped. I don't know. I got this like just energy of just like, dude, I want to just make Andy proud, man. We want to build this brand to the point where it's like, man, it's everywhere.
That's
yeah,
for sure.
I honestly feel like Andy had the idea, and I feel that he brought it to fruition.
Absolutely.
And I think with everything that he's brought now, like, it's our job now to like turn it into something that he never expected, something way better, and not way better, but something like so beneficial that none of us expected. You know, the beautiful fruits of that labor.
Just taking it to the, yeah,
that'd be sick, man.
We're gonna do it for Andy, right?
For Andy.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, next fight. Joanne Calderwood versus Lauren Murphy, June 12th, UFC 263.
It's a low-key little banger right here.
It is.
These ladies both know how to throw down. If I'm going early prediction, I am picking Calderwood.
Same.
Yeah, I think she's just a little bit more over-round of a better fighter, well-rounded, and a little less emotional.
Well, I mean, Lauren Murphy, she's not like... I'm not overlooking her. She could still win this fight. She's a great contender for this fight. This is pretty evenly matched, I would say, too. But slightly Calderwood, I'm giving her the edge.
Yeah,
just slightly,
Just where they're at in their careers.
Yeah. All right, next one. Take it over.
Marion Renault versus Miocic Tate. Welcome back, Miocic Tate.
Miocic Tate. Now, Dana White was talking about it, saying that she got her nose fixed, took the fight with Amanda Nunes, and Amanda Nunes landed that perfect right, busted her nose. And that was probably one of the factors that, then there was a lot of things that were happening with Miocic Tate. She was depressed. These are her words, because she did with that press conference where she was like saying like, I was depressed, had lost these fights, and she had just had a baby, right?
Yeah.
Right around that time.
She's now on her second, and I think where they're at, where she's at in her career, it's been like 4 or 5 years that she's been away. I mean, although she's been an ambassador of the sport, she went to one championship and became some sort of vice president over there.
You are absolutely right. Her last fight was at UFC 260 or no 200 with Amanda Nunes when she lost the belt.
It's been about 4 years. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And that's what concerns me. It's like I'm concerned about T.J. Dillashaw returning after 2 years. Miocic Tate has been off for about 4, and she's going against somebody who has the ability to keep up. I mean, I do feel Miocic Tate's going to get it done. She has just overall, she's just more skilled as a fighter and has more fight experience. But I am a little concerned.
Dude, did you see the journalist asking Dana White like, "Hey, we see Miocic Tate coming back. Did you talk to Ronda Rousey?" He's like, "Yes, I talked to Ronda Rousey
yesterday."
This week." They're like, "Yesterday, right?" They're like, "Oh, what'd you guys talk about?" Dana's like, "Cut that shit out. We're not gonna do this. She ain't coming back. No. She's done.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, we're excited for Miocic Tate though. I met her in Anaheim at my very first UFC event, which was who was it? It was Ngannou. Oh, no. The Ronda Rousey fight, the very first one. Carmouche.
Oh.
I met Miocic Tate there. Very cool person. Yeah.
Yeah, she seems like a really sweet person. She seems really really chill, nice. Real humble. Not so aggressive, very welcoming. It'd be cool to meet somebody like that maybe one day.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully we start going back to these events, man. We start coming across these fighters like we did.
True. Definitely. I'm gonna try and find the tickets for that event because that's something really close to home, for us. And we can go there.
I got a credit card, bro. I'll throw it on there.
Represent Ringside Beer all day.
Yeah, bro.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right. Speaking about let's getting it, let's fights this weekend.
Let's get it.
Let's get into it, bro.
I like how that went.
A nice little segue. All right, so Friday we have 2 events. We have a MMA and a boxing event. MMA, we have Bellator, Pitbull versus Sanchez 2. That's Friday, April 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time.
Good question. Pitbull was the one who knocked out Chandler, right?
I believe so, yes. Michael Chandler?
No. Brother, right? Brother?
God, who am I saying? I don't think it was Pitbull. It was... God, why am I drawing a blank? Can you pull that one
Pretty sure it was his brother.
What am I looking at?
It was, Michael Chandler's last knockout. The reason why I want to speak on that is because Michael Chandler's now facing. For the championship.
My bad.
Belt.
You're more than likely right. I was thinking of Michael Venom Page.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about
They got knocked out by Patricio. Yeah, which is his brother.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like Pitbull. I think this dude's a stud. This fight right here, I don't think it's going to be really as competitive. I think Pitbull's just going to, over there in Bellator, those champions, they stay for a while. There's not much competition. But with that being said, it's going to be a nice fight to see on Friday. I can't wait to have that ease us into the weekend for sure.
Let's start that weekend. And then for Saturday, we have Herring versus Frampton for the World Junior Lightweight Championship on ESPN plus Top Rank. This fight is going to start at 11 a.m. Was it Pacific time? Yeah. And was it 11, 12, 1, 2 at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
That works for me.
There you go.
I'll be up.
Yeah. I mean, this is during the day. We can watch this in the morning and be done and have the rest of the day. So
yeah. I like watching these lightweights though. These guys throw hands.
Oh yeah.
Quick.
Harry, he had a good story about him. I believe wasn't he the fighter who beat cancer and came back and started winning these fights all over again?
Yeah. So
I saw his story the last time he fought, and I was like, dude, this guy's a great guy. I'm a fan already. When I saw this poster, I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna watch this fight.
And like you said, it's the lightweight division, so it's gonna be a large volume of output. So I'm excited to see, a banger.
Let's do it. All right. Well, shoot. That's the episode 33, guys.
That is it.
I think it just continues to just reiterate the fact that we got this nice little method, because look at the time, bro.
Same time as always, guys.
Yo, guys, thank you for spending this time with us. Yeah. Like, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, we really appreciate it. And if it's your first time tuning in, make sure to drop that subscribe button. Drop the comment, drop a like, drop the notifications, do the whole little shebang, because we're trying to take it to the top.
Let's do it, man. We appreciate you guys. We love you. Thank you for all your support. And shoot, until next time, guys.
Be ringside.
Later, guys. Love you.